So, time for another movie review. This time I'm going to talk about a movie that I don't think anyone who sees this, well, almost anyone, at least not unless you're searching for reviews of this movie, I don't think anyone has heard of it. Certainly not outside of Norway. It's a science fiction movie that I saw a couple weeks ago with some friends, and we wanted to see it just because the genesis of this movie is so original. Plus, it sounded original too, and it's the story, the theme. Yeah, we just liked the sound of it, and we also felt we had to go and support this project. Yeah, I said it's a science fiction movie. And it's directed by, what's his name, Brian Herdal. And I guess produced by his best friend, I guess, Jens Peder Hersberg. And they are high schoolers. They're 17 years old, and they want to be filmmakers. And it's them, I assume that they're good friends, to be working on this project together. 3 other classmates or whatever, they're all 17 years old. They go to a high school here in Oslo, and they basically made almost a full-length movie. I say almost because it's only like 65-70 minutes. A little over an hour, so it's not quite full length, but close enough if you ask me, and just totally impressive. The story is basically, it's some years into the future, where things are a little bit more high-tech. Teleportation has become reality, and people, yeah, they're teleporting all over the place. And then suddenly, for some unknown reason, people start disappearing, apparently into a parallel dimension. And one of the people who disappears is the main character's little brother, who's only like 5 years old. The main character, all the actors, almost all the actors, are friends with the director and producer, so there were a lot of teenagers in the movie. The main character, he's like 17, 18, and his brother, like I said, is about 5, and he disappears. And the main character realizes he has to go into this parallel dimension to find his brother and bring him back to our reality. And that's what he proceeds to do. However, there are others who are, who have their own agendas, basically, about the existence of this hidden reality, and about our hero, about the people he has helping him. I'm not going to say too much about the plot, because I want you to want to see it. So that's the basic premise that I described, and then of course there's quite a few complications and a bit of a conspiratorial kind of thing. I was really impressed with it, because like I said, it's made by teenagers, school kids, and they've done everything themselves. They've written it, filmed it, and I mean, they've really filmed. They managed to close down Oslo's main shopping street for like, I guess, several hours in order to film everything they needed, so that the look of the movie is surprisingly professional. They've made the music, the special effects, obviously directed and produced. A lot of them are starring in it. There are a few proper grown-ups, but most of them are kids. Obviously the main character is a teenager, and his set of friends and the people he hangs with are in that same age group, so it doesn't seem as weird as you might think. But some of the characters are strangely young, like scientists who look like they're 18 and working in an important lab and stuff. That is a bit weird. So there are some jarring moments like that, but mostly it's really impressive. There aren't a lot of special effects, but the ones that they do have, I think they use really, really well. They don't inundate the movie with special effects. They try to keep it to a minimum. I assume that's also for money reasons. But what they do have, they really use really well. So kudos for that. The plot is interesting, pretty original. I liked it. The acting is mostly pretty good. I have to say, pretty good. Actually, really good for a Norwegian movie. Yeah, considering the starting point that this movie has, I think it's really impressive. The screenplay, it needs work. You know, it's not up to Hollywood standards yet, but it is. Considering who wrote it and the experience that they have, I think it's really good. And the most important thing is the story, which is cohesive, makes sense, and keeps you on your toes, because there are things coming back that you have to realize. You know, you hear something late in the movie and you realize that was why they were talking about. Yes. So it's cleverly written and cleverly done. We all agreed, like I said, I saw it with some friends, and we all agreed afterwards that the one big problem with the movie is something that I understand their reasoning behind it, but also is the biggest problem is they do it in English. All the lines are in English. And that is a problem because the actors, except the one guy who actually is English, the actors are not good enough at speaking English. You can tell it's not convincing because they all have slight accents, but still accents. And also it's jarring that it has an American setting to it, like when the police send their best crack people to catch our hero, then it's a SWAT team. It's not Team Delta, which it would be in Norway. And then they have the two people who actually do speak perfect English are both very obviously British. You know. And also for me as a Norwegian viewer, it was jarring to see places that are really obviously in Oslo and with huge signs in Norwegian. Signs that could very easily have been taken down. So that was kind of a flaw. That's in Norwegian, that sort of removes you from the idea that this could be in some random American city. Because it obviously could be from my viewpoint. And I think that the people, I understand why they've done it, because they are promoting it through YouTube and other channels and they're looking for an international audience. But I think that the people who are interested in this movie, who would have wanted to see it, they would have read subtitles. And for those of us, certainly for a Norwegian audience, it would have been much more convincing if you hadn't had that constant jarring, that you can never believe that these are actually English-speaking people in an English-speaking country. Because they're obviously not. So that was the one thing that pulled it down. But again, it's made by 17-year-olds. So overall, we were really impressed. It had basically what a science fiction movie primarily needs is originality and a good script. And it definitely had those. Everywhen is the title. You should keep a lookout for it. I'm going to add the trailer to the end of my review. No copyright infringement intended, so please don't shoot me. I just really want to show off this movie because I thought it was very impressive for people so young to get this idea and to actually carry it out, to do it. They've made a feature film at the age of 17 and a science fiction movie set in the future convincingly. I am very impressed. I'm very impressed, and I think you will be too. It has its flaws, but what movie doesn't? And certainly it has fewer flaws than you would expect from the team behind this movie. Everyone, directed by Jarand Breial Herdal, starring various people from Ullern High School in Oslo. Definitely worth seeing. Not quite a masterpiece yet, but these people really have something going for them, and this movie, Everyone, definitely worth seeing. If you like original movies, you like sci-fi, you like indies, yeah, see Everyone if you get the chance.
My time, your future. My team blessed you with its teleporters, but I can assure you, even technology has its faults. It might not be so perfect after all. Somewhere in this world, but not in this world, my 5-year-old brother is trying to kill himself, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
I'm afraid so. Your best shot will be to get a chip, and to get that, you'll have to break into my old lab. I can get you through the main doors, but that's it. To get access to these chips, you need top clearance.
If you want to be responsible for 3 billion. That's be my guest.
Meet the new head chief of this investigation, Jenska.
What is this place? What's going on?
This isn't your world, Ian. You don't belong here.
One hand washes the other.